The Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. This is a public document brought in by the medical council through the prosecution. So they serve us this thing today. And if you watch there, in this particular medical report, you can see all the ailments they say that Nnamdi is suffering from. And surprisingly, somebody that has all these particular issues, you now, in the last paragraph, to say that from your own distance, he can stand trial. Somebody that is passing through all these ailments. Having said that, too, go to make a consequential order. Say, please, go and examine him and report back to me. They never examined Nnamdi, only for them to come up with this report. Nigerian Medical Council, they should be very careful because this is a professional body and we are expected to act professionally. In your report, you are expected, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm a practicing lawyer. You are expected to show that on this particular day, we obtained his specimen. We carried out this lab, and the lab showed this, and we are talking about somebody's life, for goodness sake. You cannot just enter into your office room and you open your system and start writing trash. And you want God to rely on it. And surprisingly, we are expected to take a date for us to go. And because when the court gave us an opportunity to respond, we are ought to have taken a date to confer from our clients. It was when Nnamdi said, what? We are the people that even gave Nnamdi this thing. When the court was about to sit, we are talking about somebody's life. Of course, as a matter of this thing, the Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the Constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by Court of Appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial. Again, the Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nnamdi today. It can be another person tomorrow. And we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nnamdi committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you arrested him? The answer is no. Because Nnamdi is an Igbo and they feel that nobody can speak with him for him. And we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judiciary to not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce the document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you ask us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call evil, and when you call evil, it will stop existing. That is our submission. Thank you.
No evaluation.
Distraction, but they cannot distract people like us. Because we have already taken our faith and we have taken our stand. No going back from Biafra or nothing. Say, he has seen the revolution coming. And when the revolution comes, Biafra is coming.
So
and now it will not favor Nigeria. And much especially the jihadists with their plan. You understand?
Of what? Of the planned protest coming October 20th, that this might cause revolution just like the NSAS. You agree with what he's saying?
Of course, I will agree with Gumi in a way. I still disagree with him in another way. The area I agree with him is that that area of negotiation, You understand? The area of negotiation, because it's just saying it, many have said that they need to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu, of which when he started, they did not come to divide the country, they come to balance the country. That things should be balanced. You understand? But there should be equity and equality. But Nigeria turned it down, and that is why he himself decided to go. Okay, let my people go. You understand? Of which Nigeria have made a huge mistake of not negotiating with him that time, of not agreeing with him that time with his terms and conditions. And what his terms and conditions was not difficult. It was very, very simple. Just Ugwata seaport, develop it, or you build it. What is it called? Niger Delta seaport. Or yeah, look at it, they are bound. Or yeah, Enugu should be more vibrant. There should be international airport and there should be seaport, even that of Onitsha. You understand? They should develop it more so that ship and every other thing should be coming down to it. Let there be development in the southeast, the same way Lagos or other west and the north to develop. Let the same thing happen in the eastern region. And it's a foolish talk. You see why he entered into the game this way. And some people are seeing him as a idiot. They are seeing him as a foolish person regarding to all the pressures and the bribing that they have been bribing him, which he have rejected and he refused. But what Sheikh Gumi is doing, he's saying now is what they're supposed to have done because it has gone out of hand. It is non-negotiable again. Biafra is non-negotiable. Either Biafra or nothing. Take it or you leave it. Some people will say, Biafra. That is how they always say it. But by the time it will come, it will be a shock to them. The same people will change their mouth and begin to talk another thing. And that is why I hate some people, especially this part of Nigeria. And let me tell you again, why I say I disagree with Sheikh Gumi. You know, Sheikh Gumi has been a chief negotiator. He has seen it that the people that will continue to give them headache and have been a headache is who? The Easterners. This Biafra of 18. And again, the people again that will stop the agenda, like I said, are these people. And Sheikh Gumi is seeing it in another angle again that if this thing should continue, the division of Nigeria is inevitable. I don't know if you get the point. He's saying it that if this thing should continue, he's seeing Nnamdi Kanu winning and you see Biafra coming. And once Biafra comes, Nigeria, the Biafrans will separate themselves from Nigeria. Nigeria will now remain. And once Nigeria remains powerless. You see why he is like coming out to speak or to give a kind of humble advice to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu, so that one, Nigeria will not break up. Sure you get it. Number two, this their what is it called? This their agenda. They will now use you understand, Islamizing Nigeria. They will use diplomacy to come in. And they now see that Nnamdi Kanu is coming out smoking than even Nigeria as a nation. You see why he's, you know, gambling like that? Because you can see, like what I said before, the man is a chief negotiator. He knows how to come in to play a politics in a system of criminalism. You get my point now. So, and I have seen that Nigerian government is Mugu. There are Mugus. The Mugus are the one ruling Nigeria. So he always use their brain and a common sense. They brainwash them and get what he wants and gain his way. You get the point? So, and that's just the facts. So that is why I said I agree and I disagree.
But you know what you say? Do you not think is really because you said it's really late? But do you not think if the present government really call him, because with F5 Femi Falana come and say that what this case should be solved outside the court, just like what Gumi is saying, he said let them come together and let them really ask Nnamdi Kanu what he really wants. But Nnamdi Kanu have come and time pass and said see what he wants. Do you think that Sheikh Gumi is seeing that revolution might be at hand?
Yes, now you are asking me the same question of what I have said. He has seen the revolution coming, and when the revolution comes, Biafra is coming.
So it will
And
not
now
favor them.
it will not favor Nigeria. And much especially the jihadists with their plan. You understand? It will destabilize their aim and what they intend to achieve in this country. You understand? Because every hand, one Nigeria we are talking about here is nothing than that oil. Are you hearing me? There is no other one Nigeria rather than that oil. If God can do it now, just let that oil cease for like 1 year now, you will see topic change. There will be no one Nigeria again. The next thing that we'll be thinking of on how to divide Nigeria, everybody go. After all, the oil is no more. The one Nigeria that keep us together is the oil. Are you hearing me? So I know what I'm saying. And Shegumi knows what he's saying. So now making peace and creating peace, or a kind of let there be a peaceful environment, let's have it and let's achieve it, is based on that oil. And as it stands now, it has become too late. It has become what? Too late. You can't negotiate it again. They have made a mistake, they have made that mistake. Buhari have made a mistake. The worst mistake ever.
But do you not, even though Nigeria is, do you not think that the northern, region can do, avoid some of their elders or their leaders or politicians say they can do well on their own, even though Nigeria breaks? Now, do you agree with that notion?
If they know that they can do well, or they can do it if Nigeria break up, so why are they still fighting for us to remain together?
I didn't want to fight.
We, the Biafrans, already telling we want to go. Then if every other tribe, the Yoruba and the Hausa, Fulani, not because Hausa God self, they don't tire. Themselves want freedom. And the Yorubas and the Fulanis that are fighting for one Nigeria, fighting let's remain, let's remain. If they are sure, they have confidence of their own, give it a trial. Everybody should go. No be this ones where they parade, they find 100 naira. By the time we go, let me know who will be giving them that 100 naira. Lazy people standing in the bus stop for collecting 100 naira tickets. By the time we divide it, we separate many down to the other side. Then let me see how they will start to be collecting that 100 naira tickets. Let me see how they will start to feel. But man, relax. They know. They are just making mouth. They are nowhere to be found. They cannot withstand us. They are nothing. They are a bunch of lazy people. Very lazy. There is one that used to, what is his name? Kule. Very lazy. Never think of every day. Think of when he come on Friday, thinking of how somebody will give him money at his age. Family man. Thank God his wife is here. If not for the wife, family. And your people are here. See, please, let's divide this country if it's sure for una. We are ready.
Now you're talking about the Yorubas or the Hausa or the Fulani?
Nigeria, I'm talking to Nigeria. Yes.
Are you sure the Igbos are really ready?
Don't tell me, am I sure?
We've heard
if they are born Nigeria, well, let them control it.
Let us say Buka, Igbos are the problem of themselves. Igbos.
Oh, no. How many are they that are problem of themselves?
No, that's what I said.
Hold on, now. I ask you a question.
Igbos,
how many are Igbos in population? How many are Igbos in population? And how many among them that are saying they don't want Mazen and the Kanu to be released, or they don't want Biafra? How many of them? Then if Nigeria said no bikara, that they are men, they are country, let's go to referendum. Then we will now see whether Igbos want to remain or they want to go. Yes, because that was one of the reasons why Putin is fighting Ukraine today. Yes, that is the reason. Because the Crimea have already gone through referendum. And they prefer Russia. Then how can you, boy, come to power? You want to claim, you are insisting to claim Crimea to join Ukraine. And when they fought for the freedom of Crimea, when they saved Ukraine from the hands of Nazi, you were not yet born. And you come today, they make noise. See the havoc that he has brought upon his people. himself and his people. Where are the people that are deceiving him? Where are they? The Europeans like France and the UK. All of them don't work. As I speak to you now, they are running away in Ukraine now. All the mercenaries that come from Mexico, other part of the world, are now doing what? They are on their run. They say they cannot risk their life like this. They are the content that Russia is using now. They are no. Do you know how many Ukraine soldiers that have surrendered, they have captured? Do you know how many? Over 20 NATOs was captured by Putin men. Over 20. And 3 happen to be the major key men of the UK. And UK now is begging Russia to release those 3 guys. Because those 3 guys are the major, when you talk of their force, military, 3 of them are major men that they cannot afford. That is, they cannot lose them. They are ready to pay anything to free them.
Okay. For what we know, recently we saw another negotiation between the Katsina government and these bandits. And this time it was terrible because the bandit that came, we were uncountable. They came with bike, came with ammunition, came with gun, came with bomb, came with everything.
Soldier ants.
Life. This was another set of another peace part meeting between the government and these people. How long can this continue?
My beloved brother, I told you in our video before that the money the federal government have paid to them in the name of what is it called? Peacemaking, they call it no, there is a name that they give it. Dialogue, not to dialogue. There is a name that they give, amnesty. That amnesty program organized in Katsina last time.
What you're going to say, if you can give the Niger Delta amnesty, why can't they give them?
Hold on now. The amnesty they give to these Fulanis in Katsina, I told you that that amnesty was wrong. Is the worst mistake amnesty Nigeria could have ever carried in their life. And I told you that that amnesty, the money that they collected, because when you are, you are organizing amnesty or you are giving someone or some group an amnesty, they have to surrender their weapons. They have to surrender their arms and their equipment, everything. They have to surrender it to the government. Then the government will now give them what they want. And that was what took place under Yaradua, the late Yaradua, to the Niger Delta militant. They surrendered their arms. Many of them were sent to America for study. Many of them was given an opportunity to do 1 or 2 things. You understand? But in the case of these ones, arms was not surrendered. Yet, you gave them huge amount of money, of which the present Tinubu government have added them on a payroll, paying them on a monthly basis. Now tell me, all this money that they are giving to them, what do you think that they are going to use it for? I told you that time that they are going to use this money to acquire more sophisticated arms and to empower their members who are yet to be equipped. That was what you saw in Katsina. You understand? Didn't you see what happened? You see them in large number. They now multiply like soldier ants. Yes, because the government have given them money. And secondly, this was a mistake of Joe Biden. And that was what resulted to Gaza war, Palestinian-Israel war. The money that they give to Hamas by Joe Biden triggered their head. And they believe that they have arrived. They went on October 7th. This is exactly 1 year. You understand? To buy arms, and they believe that they can withstand Israel. They went and commit a crime against Israel that resulted to no nation called Palestine today. And that same thing was the mistake that Nigerian government Tinubu have made it. These people now, see this thing that they are acquiring now, they will still collect more money. 2027 now una go know as they go. So Tinubu won't continue. Abi, Tinubu won't continue. Let me see the person where he go send. Now him brother he go send Abi to go and fight them. That one fear how many gun in their hand? Yes. How many people will the Nigerian army face? This ones is only 5 local government in Katsina. What about the ones in Sokoto? What about the ones in Kaduna? Do you know that they have acquired over 15 military bases in Borno State? Fully occupied and balanced. Nigerian army is no longer talking. Over 15. As I speak to you. Now you are giving them money to acquire more. You see, an example be that one. I said it that time. This money amnesty you are giving to them without collecting their DC. What is the tendency that these people are going to stop? Or another group will not come? Is it not that group that have come now? And after settling this one, another group is still coming. Iswab, you never finish with Iswab. Boko Haram, they never finish their own. Makwarawa, what is it there? They have not on their own. Then Makwarawa, they have never come. Then Maluda, you see, how many of them? For how long will you continue to settle these people? And when will this settlement stop?
It was just 5 local government, just 5 in Katsina State.
Just 5 in Katsina State possesses those number of them or 5. Of which, how many local government is in Katsina? Only 5 have produced this one. Then, times it by the remaining ones that are yet, under local government that are yet to come, to appear with their own bandits or terrorists. Nigeria go pay tire. Then go pay tire, and these people are ready to acquire arms. Voila! 2027. Oga Izo Kamiri, Oga Koto. Our own is to sit at home, fold our hand to watch Bola Ahmed Tinubu and film. The movie 2027 is coming. Now no matter nothing will happen. By the time they use guns, scatter Asura or shrunk for office, that time he gonna say something will happen. You think they are just gathering themselves for nothing? They have a mission, they have a purpose. When the time comes, when they hear whistle, then you will see them reacting. That time you begin to, even as you are standing here, you will not know that boom, something don't happen. Everywhere will become a fear zone.
But it's as if there's a division in the northern part over Nnamdi Kanu release, because Shegumina is saying Tinubu should dialogue with Nnamdi Kanu. The South Africa is saying what? That nobody can destroy or break the unity of Nigeria. Anybody trying to truncate the unity of Nigeria should be dealt with. What is your take as regards this conflict between
the conflict is a kung fu, you know. See, the Musa say we should go and learn kung fu. Hello, it's a conflict to you, but to me it's a kung fu. It's a kung fu. This one is training this side, the other one is training the other side. But their training is based on one goal. That one goal is 2027, and that one goal is to capture Nigeria. That one goal is to Islamize Nigeria. That one goal is the jihadists to possess their possessions in Nigeria. Forget their drama coming from here, coming from there. They are coming in that angle, a kind of to cause distraction. But they cannot distract people like us. Because we have already taken our faith and we have taken our stand. No going back from Biafra or nothing.
The structure of Nigeria until we decide to be realistic, until we make up our mind and say, okay, Yoruba, you have ruled. North, you have ruled. Igbo, come and try your best. If there is no justice, there is no one Nigeria. Well, what are you saying? It's only good for Yoruba, it's good for Hausa, it's not good for Igbo. I'm a Yoruba man. What is wrong in an Igbo man ruling this country? I'm not a tribal bigot, but I'm saying, if Yoruba have tried, fine. Hausa have tried, fine. Give it to the person you are looking down. He uses the foolish things of this world to confirm the wisdom of the wise. Are we not one Nigeria? The destiny of this country is tied down by the injustice we have in this country. You cannot be beating a baby and the baby is crying as if, don't cry. How will the baby not cry? Baby, cry, oh, cry. If you don't cry, they will not hear you. Cry and change your baby cry to "and don't cry."
Let me put this perspective very straight. Nnamdi Kanu has not been convicted of any crime of terrorism or for terrorism in Nigeria by any Nigerian court. He has also not been convicted by any foreign court for terrorism. So it will be sad and uncharitable when he begins to describe him as a terrorist. The administration which that young man said, that is the Buhari administration, when a number of elders from the southeast and where many Nigerians were appealing to Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu, he made a statement. He said that let the judiciary and the courts decide Nnamdi Kanu's fate. That was Buhari, late Buhari. Now, during this time, the judiciary decided the fate of Nnamdi Kanu. The rule of law decided the fate of Nnamdi Kanu. For instance, Umuahia Federal High Court gave a verdict in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. The Court of Appeal affirmed another decision favoring Nnamdi Kanu and asking that he be released. That is extraordinary rendition from Kenya or anywhere to Nigeria was illegal. And based on that he should be released. The ECOWAS courts also added their voices. The United Nations People's Court also added their voices. African Charter of Human Rights also added their voices. These are, organs and institutions that enhances the rule of law. Buhari never heeded such calls, as the case may be. Now, for the former PA or assistant to not term Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, that you cannot, it's like he's foisting on Nnamdi Kanu a fair to comply. And he has already found him guilty, even when the Nigerian court has found him guilty. That is something I cannot really begin to understand. And for him to now compare the situation of Nnamdi Kanu to Boko Haram, you see, it's sickening and nauseating. Because the Boko Haram variant of terrorism is akin to that of Al-Qaeda. We don't really know rather than the religious, philosophy struggle that they are into, whether they are into economic or I don't think so. Nnamdi Kanu is not in that Qaeda. So it is a misconception, an uncharitable word for that man to now compare both situations. That Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. I really cannot fathom it out. It's so sad. Now, even as it is, IPOB that was prescribed, there are matters in court about the prescription of IPOB. Until and unless those matters are decided in court, it cannot be said or said, legally speaking, that IPOB is a prescribed organization. I'm not trying to, maybe support them as the case may be, but let us follow legalists and what legal, authorities have said in Nigeria here. So it's unfortunate. And now coming to what Femi Falana has advocated, that let this be settled out of the courtroom. I quite agree with, Femi Falana's, assertion and postulation on the release that a political solution will be the best way to resolve this Nnamdi Kanu. Stop this particular court, whatever that we have. The AG of the Federation has powers under the Constitution to continue, discontinue, as the case may be, even when trial has continued. He has the right to do that. You can do it. Why not use those kind of verbs open to you and the government, and let's see if we can come to a round table and do what? Negotiate. I am saying this finally, not because of the fact that I am putting pressure on the government, or maybe I'm trying to echo views of others that are just within Nigeria here. In Turkey, there's a particular man, a young man they call Abdallah Öcalan. It's the same situation he found himself in Turkey. The PKK, etc., as the case may be. He's their leader. Unfortunately, he was also extradited from Kenya, this same Kenya, to Turkey. The same way Nnamdi Kanu was, extradited back to Nigeria. A lot of things went under the ground. He's still there for close to 2 decades in detention. But right now, as I speak with you, the PKK, under the leadership of Abdallah Öcalan and the Turkish government, have found out that the courts may not be able to solve this problem. So let us see if we can get a political solution. And that is why he told, when he saw the genuineness of the aspirations of government, he gathered his followers and said that we have used all means to achieve what we want, violent ones for that matter. They have not worked. Now is the time for ideas to speak. Let us see and negotiate with government for my release and see how PKK